it's time for Umineko after last time stream, where we got a revelation about Beatrice somehow giving her title to Eva, and Eva becoming the next Beatrice. And I thought Eva's imaginary friend was Lambda Delta, considering how she spoke. But it turns out that no, but that Lambda Delta sponsored her. And I'm gonna be honest, right? I'm gonna be honest. At this point in time, with what I'm reading of Umineko, I genuinely do not see how we can proceed from there. I genuinely don't know how we would be able to proceed. Because it's been so many things that just were dropped completely out of nowhere. And like, I don't know how the story's gonna go. Like, every time I think this, right, it's becoming really hard for me to figure that one out. What are we going to do next, right? New mistake to open up the chart again. Where were we? Alright, this was the chart. I'll need to lower the size of a lot of this, I'm realizing. Because with a lot of this, that takes way too much space. Except for Beatrice Butler, that one is very important. As stated, he is absolutely gonna become the next Beatrice. Butler Beatrice is gonna be the next one. And you can't prove me otherwise, right? Butler's gonna be the one to figure it out. The reason why, okay, straight up, he was nerfed. Butler got nerfed. They kicked him out of the room for only the adults to try and solve it, right? They told the kids to just go and play together in the room. And while the adults were just, you know, fucking around in the parlor room, trying to figure out the puzzle. I didn't give it some thought while I was on my own, but I still don't know what they want out of solving it. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I really thought that the puzzle would be figured out by episode 8, not episode 3. If the riddle has already been found, that means the murder stopped. Right? So if the murder stopped... Oh no, not necessarily. Maybe... Wait, they still have to travel with the key, right? That's what we were talking about in the thing. Wait. Tips. I don't care about those. Where is it? Here we go, that one. The one who obtains the key must then travel to the Golden Land. Or, this is part of the riddle itself. You find the first word, and then you offer the 6 chosen by the key or something. I do not know. I genuinely do not know what it means then. Like, okay, I genuinely do not understand anymore. Because I thought the first part of the riddle wasn't unrelated to the rest. So why are the murders happening then? Why are they happening the way they are? Why are they fitting with the second part of the epitaph? Right? Like, they should not be fitting with the second part of the epitaph. Is it just to like prove a point or to just upset everyone? Or what? I don't get it. I thought it was a ritual to bring her back up, but if it's part of the epitaph and has nothing to do with that epitaph, then I don't get it. We're talking about a key, choosing who wins or whatever the fuck, right? The key, like in the beginning of episode 2 and episode 3, when they talked about like the 6 people that were chosen at first. They said the 6 people chosen by the key. So is the key the person who found the hidden gold first? And since in this loop, Eva found it first. But no, Eva could not have found it first. Eva would not have been able to find it first. I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. We'll see. Alright. Rosa returned to the lobby. It was still her turn to rest, but her expression made it look as though she couldn't sleep deeply with all this tension. Take it easy and lie down. Keep this up and you'll have it pretty rough later on. Thanks for the concern. I just couldn't fall asleep. I've already taken a shower, so I'm good for now. Yeah, if... Eva should announce it instantly, because if, like, anyone else finds the gold, then they're gonna be like, oh, who found it first, right? Yeah, I don't get it. I genuinely do not get it. This is bizarre. I don't know how the story's gonna go. I'm completely lost now. I had thoughts about how the story would go before this event, before last time's stream. And now it's completely gone. Entirely gone. Alright. Let's keep going. Thanks for the concern. I just couldn't fall asleep. I've already taken a shower, so I'm good for now. The next person can rest. About you too, Kiri-san. Rudolph-san. What will we do, Rudolph? Shall we rest? You can rest. I'll stay awake. Aye, Palapo. That's the only manly thing I can do right now. Well, I'll stay awake. Staying awake with my husband is the only womanly thing I can do right now. Giggles. You truly are those. Talk. Giggle. It seems Eva and Hidoshi are cold. It appears that, unlike Rosa, they can't fight against their age. As to respond to those words, the door to the hall plunked open. Eva and Hidoshi returned from the guest room. That's none of your business. Oh, Rosa! Are you sure you don't need to rest yet? You should talk, Nissan. Why not take it easy and sleep? I'm betting that, like, this time around, someone of the family is gonna murder someone else. Unrelated to the actual murders, someone is gonna murder someone else. And there's gonna be an extra murder among the 13 expected to be killed. I just can't get to sleep. Taking a shower shook my drowsiness off. Rudolph, Kiri, you can rest if you want. Sure, thanks. But for now, let's say I appreciate the sentiments. Why don't you go first, sister? A brother. It's Aniki that's a sister. Right, I need to remember. How kind of you, but I cannot rest first. That is the most I can do as the oldest brother right now. Don't worry, the two of us will stay awake until the very end. Giggle. My importantly, Eva, are you okay? You look a little pale. Come to think of it, you're right. Would it be a bit of a fever? Hidoshi puts his hand against Eva's forehead. It seemed that Eva wasn't feeling her best. It goes without saying. That's what happens when you break your sleep cycle at your age. Is it a cold? Natsui, could you call Dr. Nenjo down? Yes. I'm fine. You don't have to make such a fuss over it. I have some medicine, so I'll be okay. I tend to get feathers when I'm tired. Don't worry. Nissan, take it easy, okay? Thank you. If the siblings gathered without me around, I get the feeling everyone will start talking behind my back. It's a persecution complex from long ago. Sorry, okay. Didn't you do the same to Rosa, though? Well, I won't say anything. As if I'd say bad things about you behind your back, Nissan. What is it? Nissan, you've been acting strange for a while. Didn't you get a little rest now? Yeah, right. Just thinking about raising money by March makes my headache even worse. That isn't good. Rest. And I'll hold back too, so that your headache doesn't get worse. I've had a bad headache for myself for quite a while now. Thank you. Well then, I'll take those words to heart and rest for a while. What is it, Eva? What's so angry all of a sudden? Sorry, please let us rest a bit longer. Sorry. They're apologizing several times as though praying. She followed Eva out of the lobby. I don't like this atmosphere. It's also strained. That's no surprise. There was a murder early this morning. Yeah. He's right. Obviously. Since then, we've been eating canned food and carrying guns around. It's natural that we start to build up stress. Oh no, the kids up there are building up stress too. I'm worried about Maria. He tends to throw tantrums at times like this. At that moment, they heard the sounds of wild footsteps coming from the second floor. The guest house wasn't a cheap building, so they wouldn't normally have heard the sound of footsteps. It was like the sound of someone stamping their feet in frustration. And an instant later, accompanied by what seemed to be the sound of her running out into the second floor hallway, you could hear Maria calling, "Ooh, ooh, ooh," over and over again, sounding displeased. Rosa grabbed her head, her hair flying, and she voicelessly moaned in anguish. The adults conscientiously turned their backs to her, pretending not to notice. The noisy clamor came down from the second floor and flew into the lobby. It was Maria, who was sobbing, along with the other children and Anjo. Never words. They had all come downstairs because of Maria's tantrum. Rosa couldn't hide the dizziness at this new annoyance her daughter was bringing to everyone. Sorry, Aunt Rosa. We tried to calm her, but she just wouldn't listen. Is she upset about Rosa? What? What is it, Maria? Could you be a little more quiet? Everyone's watching. It's that Rose of hers from the Rose Garden. She saying that she was worried about it. I think she's half asleep. Suddenly woke up and started going on about how worried she was about her Rose. Maya, calm down. That was just a dream. They all belong to Beatrice and me. So if I don't take care of it, Beatrice is gonna get mad and might get snapped off again. It was said about Rosa, but not Rosa Umineko. I do not get it. I'm sorry. I don't get it. I'm telling you to quiet down a bit, okay? The sudden rise in tone of Rosa's voice surprised the children. Maria's crying just grew louder, and her tantrum just grew fiercer. Punching the air right now. I don't get it. Rosa, you mustn't scold the child so unsparingly. At times like this, it's best to give them some warm milk or something. Is there any here? The milk we just had for breakfast is empty now. Doesn't anyone have a sedative to use? Yeah, get them some more tranquilizer. Maya's crying. Throw some more tranquilizer on her. Maybe that will get her to shut the fuck up. Oh my goodness gracious. That's worth saving. That is absolutely worth saving somewhere. Oh my god, perfect. Absolutely amazing. I have some. Yes, I'll search for some now and give them to her. Without adding a displeasure, Rosa grabbed the handbag that had been set on the sofa and fished around for some medicine. I think she had brought some child-used sedatives from Maria's tantrums. What the fuck are child-used sedatives? Was that a thing but in the 80s? Wait. I'm looking it up on Google. Child sedatives. Apparently there's the nitrous oxide, ketamine. Alright. Yeah, give me a second. Pulling Umineko on Google. No, but like, I need to show this. I need to show this. The fucking Australians are giving ketamine to their fucking children. Like... There's no fucking way. Like, I'm not even kidding. First fucking result for child sedative is the Australians use ketamine for children. Oh my god. Like, look, it's Australian hospitals right there. I need to highlight it. Oh my god. What else does the website say? Chlorohydrate too. Wait, isn't chlorohydrate cyanide? No, it's not. Alright, I'm just wrong. It's not cyanide, okay. I'm dumb. But like, yeah, I expect like to give benzodiazepines or nitrous oxide gas for children, right? To sedate them, because you know that's what you do when they're about to have an operation, when they're about to have surgery. But if a child is throwing a tantrum and you're actively doing this, it's like, oh yeah, my child is crying because she got a rose torn off. Time to give her some ketamine, I guess. Oh my god, this is peak. This is peak. It's just peak. Thank you, Umineko. You found it and opened the bottle, but it must have been empty. Irritated, because I shoot the bottle several times, but that didn't change the fact that nothing was in there. But she did that! My guy's crying grew even more intense. Good old guest house. So, oh, is anyone going to get murdered now? At that time, Eva was lying on a bed, covered by the bedding. Hideyoshi returned from the washroom Holding her handkerchief soaked in water. Oh, this is one Nazi fever. I'll bet it's a poisonous air at this family conference that got you. For now, you can forget all about the other relatives. Okay? As Hideyoshi spoke to her kindly, he set the soaked handkerchief on Eva's burning forehead. Eva rested her own hand on top of his. Your hand feels nice and cool. Like my hand feels nice. Your fever must be pretty bad. Don't worry, the medicine will stop working soon. Plus, my hand is a magic hand. I just put it against your forehead like this, and then the fever will melt right away. That's cute. You're right, your hand always makes my fevers fade. Yeah, no need for a doctor when you got my hand. Don't worry and close your eyes. Magic will make that fever fade away. Yes, I know. I can feel your magic. She's about to die, isn't she? She was about to say it was just a placebo effect, but he stopped. If Evatrice could feel the magic coming from his hand, then it was fine for now. Yeah, well, the entire point of placebo is to not tell them. I wonder if magic really exists. Yeah, it does. Only those who believe can tell, though. There's actually a lot of magic like that out there in the world. If magic actually exists, then I wonder if the witches actually exist too. Oh? You mean that witch of the forest, Beatrice? She probably does exist for those who believe. Just like the gods. They don't show themselves except in front of those with strong faith. I did it too, you know. Long ago, I was able to use magic. Oh? Really? Then you were a witch too? I had dreams that I wanted to come true, no matter what. The wishing strongly and trying out, they always came true without fail. With my magic. My grades were always the best, and I even became the student council president, and worked hard to get into the university I wanted. Everything I wished for was granted. That's right. Your magic was always a thing to be reckoned with. You're definitely a witch. And you work harder than anyone else. I know all about it. When I was a kid, the whole time, there was another me inside of myself who always supported me. And that other self was a witch. I didn't believe in Beatrice, the witch of the forest. I always believed that if the witch of Rokujima did exist, there was a witch inside my heart. I was so grateful to that witch inside myself. I was always grateful that she brought me to you. And you get too timid when you're sick. Don't say anything for now. I'll stay like this all the time, until your fever's gone down. Yeah. Don't take your hand away, no matter what. Somehow, I feel like I'm becoming more something that isn't myself. I've been scared for a while now. I get the feeling that the witch inside me was provoked by Beatrice, and it's growing stronger and stronger. Now it feels like she's going to swallow me whole. Oh. There was a pause too there. It's okay. As long as I'm with you, there's nothing to be afraid of. I never went to that dangerous country and the whole bus got robbed. Drop him off. Didn't just have a cold watch and beg them to go away. It was pretty lame, but it was cool. Don't move your hand away, no matter what. Not even if I fall asleep. If something creepy sneaks in here, protect me. Yeah, let it to me. That's why I'm telling you to stop worrying and get to sleep. Hello, everyone. Hello, Reverb. Thank you for the raid. Hideyoshi, Peakman, is currently comforting Eva with a fever. And he's being like just best guy ever on Earth. A very kind man. Welcome, everyone. By the way, radiation. Yeah, no, I know everything about Reverb loving Ogu milk. Yeah. I know about it a lot. I've heard it a lot. But also I want to talk about something I found out, right, moments ago. while streaming. Apparently, in Australia, just so you guys know, they use ketamine in Australia to sedate children. What the fuck is up with Australia? Like, genuinely. This still has me killed. Why are the Australians like this? If they use meth to sedate adults, really? No, no way. Wait. Australia, meth, sedation. I can't believe I believed you, but no. Yeah, no, it's not true. Okay. No, sorry, I already did that. I already looked up Australian meth sedation before you even said it. But still, the fact that fucking ketamine, of all things, is what they use for children. Like, I would get they gave them like benzos at a very low dosage or something, right? But horse tranquilizer? That's a bit much. Anyways, Hideyoshi, my man, is sharing a loving and tender moment with Eva. So if you want to see cute things, it's now, before people get killed. Which, by the way, this is a very long visual novel that I do suggest you play. If any of you has never heard of Umineko, it's really good. Because the medicine and magic will start working real soon. But finally calm their heart and close their eyes. A massive spoilers incoming, by the way. At that time, there was a sound of a door being opened violently from the direction of the lobby. Imagine not being able to buy medicine without a recipe? What do you mean? It seemed that Maria was having a tantrum, and screams of ooh could be heard, along with Rosa's rebuking yells. That probably hurt Eva's ears. Or maybe it was giving her a headache. Eva moaned as though in pain and buried herself in the covers. It was easy to guess what was happening. Maria had probably had a tantrum for some reason, gotten down to the lobby, and started arguing with Rosa, who then scolded her daughter. And then, maybe that got too embarrassing to be shown in front of the other relatives. Rosa had taken Maria out in the corridor to beat her up. Because she's a piece of shit. They used it in the UK too. It was put under it during an operation. I mean, yeah, but like from what I saw, they use it just for like calming children down in normal circumstances, right? Let me check. Wait. Let me check the link I was on again. Yeah, like, wait. Okay, no, alright. Alright, fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense, but still, in this context, in the context of the game right now, there's a child having a tantrum, and the first thing they talk about is doesn't anyone have a sedative to use on kids? And the mother goes, oh yeah, I have a bottle of them on me, and tries to pull them out. Which, you know, it seems a bit weird to sedate children having tantrums with drugs, of all things. Lower your tone, child, or you get the ketamine. I mean, that's literally it, though. Like, Rosa would definitely do this. Remember, you were here to see Rosa, right? You were here when Rosa beat our good old friend, Maria, into the curb. Violently, too. Just because Rosa was having a tantrum. Erin as a babysitter. I think Erin's slightly more kind. No, Erin isn't. Erin isn't. If you read the Silent Sinners in Blue, the manga, at the end of it was like a comic about Erin, Kaguya, Tewi, and Raisin. And Erin is like one of the worst person ever on Earth. Absolute dog shit person. It's because of the amount of ketamine she's getting pumped into. Absolutely. Do you need a medical recipe? What are you talking about? In what country do you need a medical recipe? Like recipe to make it yourself? She had no desire to butt in on Rosa Maya's problem. But just for now. Since Eva's condition was so bad, they wanted them to take their Ruku somewhere else. Oh, prescription? Nah, prescription is fine. That's normal, right? Like I would not let someone buy ketamine without a prescription. I feel it's pretty important, you know, to check who needs ketamine and who doesn't. He wanted them to take their Kureka somewhere else, like outside in the typhoon. Wait just a sec. Ask them to keep it down. Come back quickly. Don't worry, I won't leave this room. Hideyoshi removes a chain, opens the door, and stuck his face out into the corridor. He immediately met Rosa's gaze. Everything okay, Rosa? I'm sorry, did all this noise wake you? Oh yeah, sorry. Hey, I'm feeling well, I'm just trying to sleep. Could you quiet down a bit? You don't need a prescription to buy ketamine in Mexico? What do you mean? What? Maria's tone didn't change after Hideyoshi's request. She kept crying, ooh, ooh, and repeating, my rose, my rose. Rosa slapped Maria's cheek, lifted her up while covering her mouth, and dragged her towards the entrance, trying to at least put some distance between her and Hideyoshi's room. She would still probably be noisy for a while, we had to warn Rosa for the time being. Hideyoshi says while pulling out another syringe. He's not the one who, like, drugged her, to be clear. It's Rosa who's, like, pulling the drugs. And Rudolph. Relying on Rosa's actions as a mother. Hideyoshi closed the door. Is Maria having a tantrum again? Looks like it. It's tough for Rosa too. Come to think of it. Oh, George is almost too good to be true. You should be grateful. You're right. And... Oh, sorry. Look, it's a magic hand. He put his hand on Eva's forehead again. Maybe there really was magical power in that hand. A truly peaceful look rose to Eva's face, and bit by bit, he began to drift off into the land of sleep. As he had promised, Hideyoshi kept his hand on her forehead. The Eva and Hideyoshi romance is genuinely cute, considering how much of a bitch Eva is. But the entrance, with her hand still against Maya's mouth, Rosa was at a loss at what to do next. She hadn't been able to withstand everyone's gazes in the lobby, had yelled at the children to go upstairs, dashing out to the lobby. Then she had gone out into the corridor, only to have Hideyoshi say that she was too noisy. Where should I go now? Why should I take this child who's having a tantrum? She felt as though tears of frustration were about to come out. As Maya kept struggling in an attempt to scream, Rosa put her mouth up to Maria's ear, tried to persuade Maria in a properly calm voice. Maya, you really want to see the rose that much? Maya nodded her head several times, running ooh ooh. Why do you want to see it so much? I'll listen as your mother, so will you tell me quietly? I'll let you if you scream. My rose. Beatrice revived it. It might have snapped off again. I'm worried about that. I can't sleep until I'm sure. Apparently, she was still upset about that marked rose from yesterday. Rosa felt her headache throbbing again. She was at least a little relieved that Maria had no stop to screaming. Anyway, everyone is having a hard time right now. So don't bother Mama and everyone else. You can worry about that rose all you want tomorrow when it stops raining. Butler? Nah, no way. Butler is on meth. 100%. Or on crack. No, not crack. Crack would probably be, let me check. Kiri would not do cocaine. Kinzo would. Kinzo is definitely, first of all, in a bad state, but also doing cocaine. All the time, always. Right? Maria ketamine, obviously, we've established this. Rudolph would probably do some heroin. Or cocaine too, because he's a businessman, right? He's too good to do drugs. He would probably do... That's a good question, actually. What would Natsui do? Coffee. He would do coffee. But like, you know, industrial amount of coffee. Like my dad does. Alright, I gotta bring this up. My dad makes a full pot of coffee, right? Like a liter and a half of coffee. And then drinks all of that for breakfast. And then he makes another pot and drinks the rest during the rest of the day. It's actually insane how much caffeine he drinks every day. And I don't know why he does it. Beatrice allergy. Yeah. Beatrice would do cough syrup, probably. Kinzo does absinthe, I forgot. Yeah. Rudolph would be the cocaine one. George would probably do crack. He would probably do something really fucked up. Oh no! Okay, wait. I know. We're gonna do it now. I think it's an important tangent for us to make. Where do I put it? Here we go. We take this. Here we go. So, first of all, we've got cocaine. I'm gonna write it in red, in black. Cocaine would absolutely be Rudolph, first of all. Liquor. Obviously Kinzo. Right? Industrial amount of caffeine. Would probably be good old Natsui. Wait, let me check something. Okay, now we're good. We're good. I just wanted to make sure. All right. No, actually, never mind. As I said, I think it's opioids, right? She would definitely do opioids for her headaches because she has constant headaches, right? Getting out the drug spreadsheet. She has constant headaches. Therefore, she does opioids. Rudolph is a businessman, so this makes sense. Maria, well, we've already established this. She does ketamine. What would the other do? Goda would probably do cocaine. Like, let's be honest. He's probably also on cocaine, like, the entire time. Hideyoshi is too good to do any drugs. Oh, I know. Battler. Battler? You know what Battler does? He's on weed. Always. He smokes joints the entire time. Yeah, true. You're right, actually. Okay, who else? I'm wondering. Well, the maids are all as fuck on cocaine. Don't think so? Probably meth. To stay like hyper focused on whatever the fuck they're doing. They're on speed. I think, I'm pretty sure. Here we go. All the servants are gonna be bunched up together. I'm probably, as I said, probably meth. If you have any better suggestion, do not hesitate. Battler and Beatrix probably do weed together. That makes the most sense to me. George, what does George do? I'm wondering. George must do some really fucked up shit. Nanjo is also doing... No, Nanjo wouldn't do odd liquor. But he's probably on opioids too, considering how old it is. Kumasawa too. Oops, accidentally stretched her out. George, you're going out of here. And you're going here. Here we go. Cross. We're running down the last few. And I need to figure out where we go. Whichever one did you suggest? Kiri would also do cocaine, right? With her husband. That's probably all they met. That's probably all they met. That makes sense. There we go. Who else? Considering she's prone to like bouts of violence and everything, right? And she's such a shit person, she's probably on crack. Rosa, I mean. Oops, wrong screen. Crack. There we go. What is he on? Maybe crack 2? Probably crack 2. I've sent something in the Discord. Let me check. True. The critical Dragushuramia classification. If you have suggestion or if like you disagree with anything, she's probably doing I'll liquor too. Rudolph's Kraus is probably on ketamine too. And Eva is also on opioids. Though she has to stay focused the entire time, right? She wants to be like perfect, always above the others. Yeah, I'll lick her maybe? I don't know, actually. Maybe. But like fruity wine. True! She just drinks enough fruity wine. But she's not liquor. I think that's it. I think we got it down perfectly. We could rephrase it so that way, you know, we have everything in a smaller space. We do a little separation like this. Perfect. I wasn't fucking wrong. You did say that on the Discord. You did say that. Alright, where do we place this? Where do we place this is a real question. Wait, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Right here. I said the fucking culprit is mushrooms because we're all high on drugs. So this is fitting. This is perfect. All right. Well, we're good to continue. What? Where is it? They disappeared for some reason. Okay. I was worried for a second, but I thought it disappeared. Here you go. Right here. Alright, let's move on. Critical lore has been established, and now we can actually move on and be certain of what's going on. Anyways. For now, listen to me. No! No, 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 no! It's my Beatrice's rose! Ooh. Was that reflexively covered Maya's mouth? She had spoken a little too harshly and gotten her agitated again. Rosa realized it was partly her fault and clicked her tongue in self-hatred. But Maya thought that was directed at her, and her crying grew even fiercer. Please just be quiet! What can I do to make you stop crying? What should I do to make you listen to what your mama says? Did she stop? Suddenly, Maya stopped crying so fast that it seemed unnatural. And she turned around and muttered. Today's stream is sponsored by flinging Maria into a wall. Hell yeah! That's what Rosa was about to do. If I get to see my Rose, I'll stay quiet until tomorrow. What is wrong with Maya here? Really? Yes. If we go to the Rose Garden and see my Rose, I'll calm down. Oh. She's leading Rosa so they both get killed. That's what she was told. I mean it, Mama. %1,000%, he's about to get killed. If it would keep Maya quiet for the time being, Rosa thought that even going out in this wind and rain would be a small price to pay. Her clothes are already damp anyway, thought it might be a bit reckless. But in the end, no murder or anything of the sort has actually occurred. All of that clamor since this morning had been a farce set up by Kinzo. If you carefully thought about that chain of closed rooms, it clearly had to be all an act. Will you really listen if you get to see the rose? Yes, I mean it, Mama. Yeah, they're about to get killed. Ouch! Rosa didn't overlook that creepy laugh and lightly hit Maria with her fist. And she shrugged as to giving up. Understood. If it's just one look, then I'll agree. Will that work? Yes, Mama. I promise. Once again, Rosa tested the weight of her gun. It will be okay. It's only an act. There was never a murderer on the island in the first place. Damn it! Wait, Rosa! Are Rosa and Maria sacrifices? For the second twilight? Damn it, damn it, damn it! Someone notice them! Tell them to stop! A lot of this guy's in the living room and what's kids doing? Indeed, they are being considerate of Rosa's pitiful relationship with her daughter, possibly changing the subject. The group that includes you went up to the second floor. Is talking about something else while watching TV. You bastards! Someone noticed them! What was the closeness? Is it Uncle Hideyoshi? Please notice that those two are living through the front door! It will reach! It will reach! Cackle. Don't disturb a precious time together. I'm glad to know Umineko is not above child murder. Hideyoshi kept talking kindly, his hand on Eva's forehead. You didn't notice at all that Rosa and Maria were going outside through the front door. In that case, there was no way the others in the lobby, which was even further away, would notice. Much less those in the cousin's room on the second floor. Why are you so panicked? Didn't you defeat me with that bold move? Saying that the culprit died in an accident on the first twilight? Doesn't that mean there's no longer a culprit on this island? Cackle, cackle, cackle. What is there to be so worried about? Okay, wait. I need to check something. Give me a second. Okay, none of the 6 died in accidental. That one's pretty important, right? That's what she stopped herself from saying. So I'm guessing there's importance in this one. The fact that her proving it was an accident was something worth Renove suddenly grabbing her and getting her out. That's pretty important. Wait. If they all died, that saying accidental death, would that include traps? Would that mean they all got killed manually by someone? The 6 were not killed by trap, they didn't commit suicide, and it wasn't an accident. So what other possibility could there be besides the murder? Right? Because they had to be led into going there and dying. The fact you can't even say it's an accident considering that Kinzo shoved himself into the furnace, and no one would do that. No one would do something like that. I don't know. There's no way I think they're all dead, objectively dead. They're all locked. But she, like, the reason I'm not saying it's a murder case, right? The reason I'm searching for a type of death that isn't homicide, and that fits despite all of that, would have to be, like, he did not want to say it's a homicide. Poisoning is a homicide, right? If she said the 6 deaths are all homicides, Butler would have been cornered and forced to accept it, right? It would have been very hard for Butler to find a way to explain this. But she didn't say it was all homicides. They were not killed by traps. They didn't kill themselves. And it wasn't an accident. So if it's not homicide, right? If it's not like poisoning, it's not stabbing with a knife. Actually, how did they die? Wait. How did they die again? Gun, sphere-shaped object. Okay. Here's my assumption. It's probably reasonable to assume that he was burnt after his murder. What if Kinzo ordered all of the servants to be killed and shot all the servants, right, at random places on their body, and then killed himself on the order of someone that looks like Beatrice? Figure this shit out. I don't think I'm gonna figure anything out. So far, every single one of my theories have been stupid. I've been absolutely stupid. Wait, give me a second. Alright, give me a second to show something else. Just so we're clear. Where is it? Umineko shot 3. Where is shot 2? Where's the second shot? I lost it. Here. That's the second shot right there. Those are my theories so far. Those are all the things I've thought about and the things I found through logical deduction. Killing him servants in a murder society because I got bored. Yeah, true! But like, none of the 6 died by suicide. Oh, right, I forgot that part. I need to think about it. Would getting yourself killed be suicide? Like, if I let myself be killed by someone who wants to kill me, would that be suicide? Need to kill them. I'm not necessarily sure about that one. But still, as you can see, for episode 2, my theories have been quite far. Like suicide by cop, isn't it? Yeah, you're right. You make a salient point. Why does it keep saying Payne cannot read this file? Every time it says the file got corrupted or some shit. What is it? What's up with that? Every time I have to make a new file for Umineko, because for some reason the third shot is apparently so big, and I'll need to lower the size of it, because it is quite massive. We're talking about, I think it's like 23 megabytes. Where's the second shot? For the third shot. So I need to do a pass where like I lower the size of things and remove unneeded things. Right? So glad all these streams are archived. I am glad too. It's pretty cool. I'm glad people actually enjoy the streams too. That's pretty important. And I need to like pack things together a bit more. I think that's the issue, right? I keep things so separated that it ends up taking way too much computer space. You know? There you go. Just like, you know, get things to be small. Although I did pack everything together pretty tight. So, okay, anyways, going back to the first murder. 40,000 pixels wide. It is quite big. It is quite big. You're right. You make a good point. Anyways, let's continue. If like wait. Okay, that's important too, right? I think it's important to point out. All of them were killed by a gun, but he wasn't. But they don't find any evidence of a gun. What if, okay, what if he was told but no, she would have said it in red. He would have had no reason to say, or to not say it's homicide. Right? Butler asked her to repeat if it was a homicide. She did not say that. What? Okay. Let me see. Let's write it down to some degree. Alright. So. What if types of death? Accidental? Right? We agree on that one? Suicide? Homicide? Is there anything else on that list? Poison would be homicide. If I poison you, I murdered you. Natural death? Sickness? Illness? Right? Like if someone got a cardiac arrest, but then accidentally slipped into a burner. Keep in mind that Kinzo is on the verge of death. Throughout this entire game, Kinzo is like 3 months to live. The guy is not supposed to be alive. Apart from that, if someone gets hurt and someone else tries to help, no, that would be accidental. Like legally, when you think about types of death, it's usually premeditated murder, accidental murder. Like it can't even be an accident. Okay, it can't be an accident. Because if it was an accident, we would have found a murder weapon. Right? If they died in an accident and the doors were locked, then the murder weapon would still be there. And they found no murder weapon. They didn't find the stakes. There weren't any traps. Okay. Let me make it smaller. Bigger. There you go. Accidental is banned. Suicide is banned. Homicide, maybe. Maybe. So yeah, it's not suicide, it's not accidental. They all died instantly. How would you die instantly? Okay, give me a second, I need to pee. Okay, I figured it out. Alright, I figured it out. I figured it out. Alright, okay. It's the same as last time. It's the same as last time. A monkey did it. Or an animal of some kind. A trained animal killed them. He just pointed the gun at them and shot them. And you might be thinking, oh, that's silly. But like, try and find me a death that isn't there, that isn't a murder caused by someone else, right? If there's the type of murder that can happen to yourself without anyone's intervention, or an accident, or a suicide. If someone else is involved, that would be an homicide. If someone else set up a trap, that would be an homicide. If someone poisoned you, that would be an homicide. If an animal killed you, that would not be an homicide. If illness killed you, if she got ill just like out of nowhere, that would not be an homicide. Let me edit. Because like homicide is human killing human. So animal killing human, that's different. Why can't I talk? Why can't I type? What? I couldn't type. Right? That's on the list. It might be stupid, but that's a lead that I must consider. Right? Let me lower the size. This includes poison, traps, etc. Human killing human. Right? So let's go back. Let's go back to a very important statement. Even if you consider the furniture to be human, if there is a trained animal on the island, that becomes a different story. Right? There are no more than 18 humans. There's a 19th animal. Listen, when I emitted the theory in episode 2 of a monkey doing it, I said it seriously and then thought, oh my god, it's so stupid. Why would I think it's a monkey? Right? Why would I think it's a trained animal that did it? But the more I play this fucking game, the more the idea of a monkey doing it becomes plausible. And again, that may seem silly, but try and find me one argument that doesn't suggest a monkey didn't do it. Try and find me one argument out of all the red that has been said so far that excludes a monkey. Genuinely try and find one. Good fucking luck, because there is none. Because there is none. If something non-human killed him, that's a monkey. You could also say because it's a witch, right? A witch did it, therefore the witch isn't human. But then I could also include the servants because of furniture and like it's all the definitions that Beatrice gave. In fact, it could be another human on the island. I don't know. If you consider all the 18 to be human, then that means there's a 19th thing that is not human. That is an animal of something of the sort. Would it be considered homicide? Okay. Would it be considered homicide if I train an animal to kill and the animal goes ahead and kills things? Would that be considered a homicide? That's the important question here. I don't know. I don't know. The issue really is, right? The issue really is that it's really complicated for me to figure out what other types of death they are that do not qualify as homicides. Again, illness and natural death counts, but there's no way that it's something like, oh yeah, he had a heart attack, because they died instantly, became incapable of action. In which case, he would not be able to set up the last room. No other people exist inside the room. Something that isn't people is in the room. A robot could have done it, right? But again, why would a robot do it? But like, it's not technology you would have in the 1980s.
Something that activates when a victim triggers it on their own. Something activated by remote control or by a timer. But what about direct control? Okay, that's silly, but if like not remote, but like the person is in the room with them, but that would be homicide. Never mind. We're I don't know. I don't know. No evidence of struggle was found inside the incinerator. They didn't kill themselves. So how did they reach? Okay, wait. Where did they get the first key to all these rooms? Where did they get the first key? They didn't get the first key. They didn't because they broke a window. I forgot that part. They broke a window in order to get the first key. So that's moot. Never mind. I don't know. I genuinely the problem I have with Umineko is that I feel too dumb to be able to figure that shit out. Right? Every time I do something like this, again, if the fact that she said it's not an accidental death, and the fact that she said they didn't commit suicide, and the fact that she could not repeat that they were all homicide, means a death that is neither an accident, neither a suicide, neither an homicide was committed there. Shooting yourself with a gun would be an accident. Shooting or a suicide. Someone else shooting you would be a trap. Or an homicide. So, her not wanting to say it's this, it leads me to like two natural conclusions. I do not know which other types of death there are, but there's two other conclusions, and I'm gonna go along with that for now. Illness, natural death, a cardiac arrest. That's possible, right? Cardiac arrest happens. But that would count as an accident, right? If you get a cardiac arrest, that would be like an accidental thing that they hadn't expected. So, again, an animal killed them, or something that isn't human. I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna up the size. Here we go. I'll stop for today. Right, I'll stop for now until something else pops up in my mind and I start being able to figure it out. But I don't think I can go much further without stopping the stream for like 40 minutes and trying to think about it further, right? And at this point, I think I should move on. Because I'm starting to ramble and repeat my thoughts over and over. But, you know, not very useful. Shut up, I can see right through you! Someone stop them! The two will be killed! Someone stop them! That means Eva will get to lie and never say she found the gold. There is no way that Butler's voiceless scream would reach Rosa and Maria. The two of them could be seen in the rose garden. The rain was still awful, but fortunately, the wind had died down a little. No, maybe that wasn't fortunate. Because maybe his wing had been a little fiercer. Rosa might have hesitated to go outside. Here it is! Maya found a rose with the gold lace and stared at it lovingly. Rosa had accepted the promise and as a condition that Maya would only get one look at it. But she didn't want Maya to complain that it hadn't been enough later on, so she decided to go along with Maya until she was satisfied. She believed that there wasn't a culprit, but the option that she was mistaken. They were now in an extremely dangerous position. Rosa realized that faintly herself. If things got bad, she would throw away her umbrella and ready her gun. So glancing at Maya's innocent happiness, Rosa gazed warily in all directions. Bye. Her eyes just died. Even though no one should have been there, she thought she saw something glitter in the dark rose garden. We'll call it? It had to be her imagination. Because to Rosa, it seemed as though gold butterflies were dancing through the rose bushes. Bye. Are you okay, Eva? Just take it easy. You're gonna call Dr. Nanjo after all. It's fine. Don't take your hand away. I beg you. Don't take your hand away. Eva was breathing wildly. Beads of sweat were appearing on her forehead. It certainly was true that she had stayed up all night last night. That thing had been rough since early this morning. It wasn't odd that her body wasn't keeping up, even though he understood that. She suspected that his sudden fever was a sign of some serious illness. Several times, Hideyoshi decided to call for Dr. Nanjo, but Eva resisted firmly, pleading with him and saying that it was even more important that he didn't take his own way. I understand, but you gotta have Dr. Nanjo look at you by lunchtime. If you can promise me that, I'll stay here the whole time, gripping your hand. Sadly, like this. Thank you. I'm fine. Magic of your hand will definitely take this fever away. Even as she said that, Eva's harsh breathing didn't improve in the slightest. Don't let go! Don't let go! Ah! Who is it? She saw an umbrella moving from beyond the rose bush. Rosa threw away her umbrella and wildly lifted her gun. When she did, the shadow of a person beyond the bush showed itself. Oh, never. You scared me. It's you. You have some business with me. We want to continue our earlier discussion. What? What? There's another Eva? Yes, that's right. A discussion about father's gold. Please restrain yourself in front of Maya. I'll keep my promise, okay? I won't get in the way of your conspiracy. Conspiracy? What's that? Whatever you're thinking, that's up to you. I have no desire to get in the way. So please, not in front of Maria. As long as I get my share, that will be enough. Your share? Rosa started laughing in a creepy voice. Rosa was startled, but Maya stared blankly. Tamara said just one thing. Auntie, who are you? Your share? Who would give that to you? All of that is mine. It all belongs to me, the Golden Witch, the Evatrice. Eva, are you okay, Eva? Eva! Hold on, don't let go! Don't let me be dragged away by someone with me! Hold on to my hand! Don't let go! Do you ever work out? What the fuck is this? You never worked out for anything! You're always hiding in our shadows! I can always escape from Shadow's shadow without fighting! And yet, you think you're self-qualified to make demands of me ever since you showed me a family gold? All of that is mine! It's all mine alone, as the items assured me a family and the new Golden Witch! It says that there's the name of Beatrice! Beatrice? It's Beatrice! My Beatrice! I jumped at her mother in ecstasy. Rosa treated Maya cold-heartedly and raised her gun high. Maya, you're Eva, right? You are Eva, right? Wrong! I am no longer the one who was your sister. Then who are you? Are you trying to say that you're Beatrice? It's impossible! You died 19 years ago! Yes, you were definitely dead. After all, I clearly saw your head was split open. I can remember the insides flowing out like it was yesterday. How can you be alive and here right now? The concept of death does not exist to the Golden Witch. The Golden Witch is the name of Beatrice will be handed down for all eternity. Maybe the Beatrice you knew met with death, but that name is mine now. And therefore, it's eternal. The concept of death does not exist for Beatrice. Yeah. I have no fucking idea what's going on. All I can see is that the goal has driven you mad. Oh, pitiful, Nissan. Come on, you know that I'm not your sister anymore. No, okay. The fact that there are 19 people still works. You may have stayed 18 humans, but it's clear she does not consider a few of them humans, so this still works. Well then, as a new Beatrice, I've been tasked with my own resurrection ceremony. Renovate! What should I do? That is up to you. You already have the power to make whatever you think reality. You grow used to it once you've tried it out a little. You worthless former sister. You consider it an honor to have been selected as the first sacrifice I offer as a witch. On the second twilight, I'll pierce the two workloads apart with my own hands. The first thing the new Beatrice wished for? No. The first magic she tried to use was to surpass the limitations given to humans. In particular, gravity. She wanted to become fully aware of a transformation into a witch by being released from the shackles. As the witch and Rosa stayed as they were, the ground retreated all by itself, into the distance below them. But now their feet were no longer attached to the ground. Rosa finally realized that the roof wasn't retreating into the distance below them, but that she and the witch were being sucked up into the rainy sky. Huh? Huh? What? Awesome! I just realized something. I just realized something. Oh my god. Okay. Remember when I said this? Remember when I said this? Animal killed him. And yet, earlier, I already pointed it out. There are no more than 18 humans, because she does not consider the servants human. Right? So if something that isn't human killed them. She said this. Okay, that's the reason why there was a misplay. That's the reason. That's the reason why she couldn't say they were all homicides. Because she would contradict the previous right truth. Because a servant did it. Or someone who isn't considered a human by her standards. Furniture did it. And the furniture did it. She can't say it's homicide. Because homicide implies a human killed another human. So that would have been something completely contradicting everything she said so far. So, the reason why this murder is a murder, in some way or another, furniture killed the others. That's why she couldn't say it was an homicide. Furniture can kill itself. Furniture can suicide, right? Furniture cannot kill humans and have it described as homicide by Beatrice's standards. That's why she was starting to panic, because she was getting cornered by her own previous statement. Which is why Virgilia pointed out that in trying to repeat the events of episode 2 to Butler by bombarding him with bombshells of red truth, she accidentally fucked herself over. Because by defining some people on this island as not human, through this, by defining some people as not human, he accidentally made it impossible for her to trap him in this scenario right there. He made it impossible to call it homicide. So when, like, I don't know how they set up the closed rooms. But furniture was involved in this. The servants. In one way or another, furniture committed the murder. And it may be outside furniture, right? It may be, what's the word? It may be Canon, Genji, Canon, or Runove. Runove could be an actual person on the island. Right? Nothing prevents him from being on the island and be furniture. And just be like a normal human person that Beatrice does not recognize as human. Same thing for what's her name? For Eva Beatrice. Beatrice could consider her as not human, even if she is. So her red truth will still work, because at no point in time has she defined the word human. That's the thing. At no point in time was the word human defined. And that's why she trapped herself. That's why she got herself fucked and had to resign. Because she could not say a human killed another human. I know I've said that several times, but like, the fact that I actually got it makes me happy. She fucks herself. And I understand now. I understand why she retreated. And why she could not say that it was an accidental death. That she was trying so hard. Like when she should have capitulated the second that Butler said it was accidental. She should have let him think that it was an accident. Right? Like the optimal strategy for her was to make Butler think it was an accident. So that way, when Beatrice introduces another piece on the board, then Butler is forced to go, what the fuck? Wasn't an accident? Then I don't get it. What's going on? And at that point, when Butler was so distraught, at that point was when she should have said this. But she said it too early. She said it too early, and so Battler was able to press her on this. The only reason Battler went to this logic, asked about homicide, was because she really revealed that red truth way too early. Massive misplay from Beatrice. And I don't care about the way the clothes rooms are set up. I'm gonna think about that later. I'm just glad I figured out that Beatrice fucked up, and oh, she fucked up. We can move on. We can move on. Wow, awesome! For a human shackled to the ground by gravity, there is nothing more unnerving than their feet sticking to the ground. Stop sticking to the ground. However, to Beatrice, when becoming the new witch had learned the joy of being released from gravity, was enough to make her whole body shake with delight. Hey Rosa, do you remember long ago, when we were small, when we used to talk about what it would be like to become witches and fly around the sky? The dream has been granted, hasn't it? I became a real witch and granted it for you! Stop it! If this is a dream, then wake me up! You said it yourself. You said you flew through the sky in your dream! And you also said you didn't want to wake up! You even got mad at me when I woke you up, right? Don't worry. This time you won't wake up, okay? Come dance with me in the vast rainy sky. Didn't we both wish we could fly like seagulls in the sky? And cry like seagulls when the seagulls cry? And escape the cramped and boring island of Orkanjima? Now I'll make that dream a reality for you. I only want to share this joy with you and no one else. It's so fun, Rosa, it's so fun! Look below you! Look at how small our mansion is! I wonder how much time we spent in a place that small. I'm especially shocked at how cramped and tiny it is! But feel, enjoy, rejoice! That power we yearn for, the power to move through the sky at will! Come on, let's dance, Rosa! Where's the rain? Where's the wind? Let's fly around like we're dancing! The lightning will shine on us and bless us! The witch and Rosa were like idiots fluttering around in the whirlwind, like the rain pounded on every part of their body. The lightning occasionally shone upon them. They shook with the joy of being above the ground. However, it was only that way for the witch. Rosa was holding onto her head, voiceless and screaming over and over. Stop it! Forgive me! Let me down! You're right. It's more fitting for humans to crawl on the ground. Why not go back there? The slightly displeased expression rose to the witch's face, and she realized that her own joy was not being shared. Then she decided to listen to her former sister's request. The whirlwind that had been making Rosa dance around grew weaker and stopped. In other words, Rosa was once again bound by the restrictions of gravity as a human. Following the laws that were originally correct, Rosa began to descend towards the ground upside down. No, she began to fall. Oops! That's right. If I don't take her down the right way, this is what happens. Which I didn't intended to send Rosa plummeting. But she still wasn't used to using magic. After plummeting about 100 meters into a rose bush, as a very, very natural result, Rosa died instantly. But the witch hadn't intended to kill her, so she wished that Rosa hadn't died. When she did, gold butterflies crawled around Rosa's body, reviving that life just as the witch had wished. Rosa's body, which should have been spread out like a carpet of fresh blood, rapidly returned to normal. The broken and crushed bones returned to normal. The torn and smashed flesh returned to normal. How easy it is to break things in this world, and how difficult it is to fix them. Anyone can take a life, but no human can revive a lost life by surpassing the irreversible. One proves that they have surpassed humanity. surely gave her a much greater realization of her position as a witch than flying through the sky at. Awesome! Can he revive and end life? Of course. Beatrice is the endless witch. To live and to die. To bring to life and to kill. All of it repeated endlessly. Beatrice, the endless witch, is a queen who controls the cycle of life and death. And time I knocked over a fishbowl. The fragile and beautiful bowl broke and I couldn't put it back together again. Never see the cute-eyed, pop-eyed goldfish swim again after it landed on the floor. No matter how much I cried, the servants shook their heads. And that broken, dead thing could never be revived. That's when I learned something. You must not break things. You must not kill people. After all, you can't fix them. So, if you can fix them, you won't get in trouble for breaking them, right? Awesome. Sugoi, 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 as she says. For a while, the witch became intoxicated, both terrible and wonderful so far as she had narrated was. Her laugh was pure, innocent, and cruel. Even though Rosa had been revived, she let out a cry of anguish at the pain from her fall. At that point, the witch had landed and held out her hand. Sorry about that, Rosa. I didn't think flying in the sky would be so much fun. Sorry, I'm real sorry. But I didn't know humans could die so easily. I brought you back to life so we even. Get up, okay? Play with me some more, okay? What were those dreams you told me when you were a kid? Go ahead and tell me all of them without holding you back. As I am now, I can make anything come true, no matter how absurd. I've been drowning you in a sea of jelly, even having you get sucked up into a mountain of cake. I can even make you sprout butterfly wings and flit around the garden, okay? All of them one after another. Let's start with the ocean of jelly, alright? Stop it! Was I once again thrown eye into the rainy sky? However, the sky wasn't filled with raindrops, with drops of orange juice. When she looked down, Rosette took out her eyes. There was garden that disappeared, and the ground spread out beneath her was like a pastel-colored jigsaw puzzle. It was an ocean of jelly, like the one she had spoken of from her dreams when she was young. The black part was coffee jelly. The red was strawberry. The yellow was piss. And the green was puke. And what was the white part? I wonder what the white part was. These Rosa even have time to think stuff like that. Rosa fell toward that multicolored ocean. And she sunk deep into a purple grape flavored sea. It really was an ocean of jelly. This one was used in cruise sheet. Comedy of for Big Adventure. Good thing that I never watched it because I don't like shark value. And at the bottom, as Rosa sank, she was shocked to see a school of transparent fish swimming through the grape jelly ocean. They were probably made of grape skin. And she sunk on deeper and deeper, as deep as a Mara's trench, crushed by the water pressure of the jelly ocean, as her ribs sniped and her spine snapped. At the end, she became a small, frail meatball. What a truly wonderful experience. Kicking around in an ocean of jelly. It's a dream no one else can imitate. I made it come true for you. The instant I snapped my finger, the meatball that had been Rosa was launched up into the sky. And after being wrapped up in a gold sparkle, she returned to her original self. It was as simple as and easy as returning Giant Seawheel to his original form. Anyone could do it, if they were a witch. That upstanding look on Rosa's face has to be the joy from having that dream she gave up on a child come true. Definitely. Probably. Next is the amount of the cake. In an instant, the sky was covered. It became black and white in the shape of a chessboard. Holy shit! Chessboard! No fucking way! Say that again! Say that one again! The almost transparent white part was a very rare cheesecake. Yet again, that bar was a slightly bitter gâteau au chocolat. It's not that good. Gâteau au chocolat is not great. That became the ceiling, became a mountain. A several breathing cakes were thrown down towards Rosa. If you piled those cakes up, it would surely be taller than Mount Everest, but it probably weighed. I'm not too sure, but I bet it was heavier than all the cakes across Japan put together. I mean, at least it's an instant death. Fell down like a ceiling and swallowed Rosa up. So as a very, very natural result, Rosa was crushed to death. In less than a second, her bones broke throughout her body and her insides were all smashed and forced out. Which popped up. Even so, an even greater number of cakes piled up on top. And Rosa ended up as a layer of jam wedged between them. I'm wondering if it described it as every time. It became as thin as a single hair. It was probably spread out over the area of the tennis court. The world swallowed up by cake was once again absorbed by a gold flash. Then, I saw that all being a dream, because I was revived once again. Of course, it definitely wasn't a dream. She had been revived after dying. But at that point, death, which most humans only have to experience once after they are born, had already been experienced repeatedly by Rosa. In other words, she had gone through that which humans cannot, the precious experience of dying more than once. I mean, Battler has. I think Battler, like with this, last time, at the start of episode 3, they said he had already died 14 times or something, right? And every time it was in extremely cruel and awful ways. And he still didn't care. So Rosa giving up like this is a coward behavior. I'll say it, Rosa's a coward. I wouldn't do that. Isn't this fun, Rosa? Isn't this fun? Next to the butterflies, look! Please, have mercy! No way! Let's play more, let's play more! Clapping innocently, she pointed her gold staff at Rosa as she begged for mercy. When she did, Rosa glittered gold and rapidly began to shrink. She shrank down to the size of a real butterfly, and gold wings sprouted from her back, and she joined the fellow gold butterflies. However, while a human body could withstand that wind, it was a different matter for a butterfly body. The gold butterfly Rosa was invited to dance by each yellow's wing. She spun in circles around the rose garden. As the dance wore out, she was caught by a gentle death. There was a snuffed, neat hammock in the shadows beneath the roof of the arbor. The owner of that arbor lumbered into view, welcoming its rare guest with wonder into a night of the storm. Oh, there's a spider. That owner should have been small enough to crush into the palm of your hand. Now it looks as big as the top of a canopy bed to Rosa. What a class, he got caught in the spider's web! This time it's a dance with a spider. That takes me back. Remember the times to find the spider webs and play around by throwing pebbles at it? I've heard that spiders don't chew their prey when they serve their venom, and when the insides melt into a sticky soup, they suck them out. I remember? Remember for butterflies to the spider's web on purpose and play around by seeing if the spider would attack? I guess you don't remember, do you? This happened before you got into grade school. Make sure you watch closely this time, okay? Very closely. Have mercy! Help me! Yubo! So true, Rosa. So true! Me when I find $20 back pocket. Yeah, I say the same thing. I say the same thing. That's just how I feel every time. Oh my goodness gracious. This girl's not bad. If you truly can use magic at will. Yeah. Amusing. Well, surely amusing. You feel like laughing too, right, Butler? Don't fuck with me! Stop it already! What's so fun? You're insane! What's so fun about doing something like this? Doesn't she look like she's having a blast? What do you expect? Magic is fun! I remember when I first became able to use magic, I played around a lot. I understand that kind of game from the bottom of my heart. Looks like I will be able to share this joy and passion with you, Battler. Ah, what a shame. You accept me. I'll teach you magic anytime you want, see? It's how that describes the joy you receive in the instant you're freed from the shackles of humanity. I want to teach you about it. Joy, that passion. I'd definitely like to see the world of magic you'd give birth to. Just once. As already stated, Beatrice is grooming Battler into becoming the next witch. 100%. Isn't this starting to get fun? Instead of wanting to use magic, haven't you? It's pretty fun to be a witch, isn't it? For you, I'll teach everything. How about the joy of flying together in the sky? The joy of diving together through the sea? I want to show you the passion that starts the instant you surpass the bounds of humans and see how wide your world stretch. Genuine question. Is Beatrice falling in love with Battler? Like, I'm not even saying this as a joke. It really feels as if she's like actually starting to fall in love with Battler. Not yet. No, but like, read this and tell me she's not falling in love. Wouldn't that be fun? I'm sorry, but no, they're together. They're dating. They are absolutely dating. Where do I put it? Oh, by the way, you didn't see it, but like, look. Remember, Beatrice is Rumia, isn't she? Ruma Gensokyo, yeah, that's her name. Where do I put it? Here is good. Wait, no, I need to do this. I forgot. Here we go. Yeah, it's not the same without the mustache. It's just not the same. Ah. Okay, let's lower it to like 60. Okay, let's grab her face. Happy Beatrice face, right? Happy Beto face, I forgot, she lost the title. 62. We do a little. I think the method is to do like one half. Like you draw one half of the. No. Okay. And now I need the battler sprite. Give me a second. Where can I get a battler? A cute battler. Give me a cute battler. Where is it? I can't find it. I had a good sprite of battler. Wait, no, I forgot. Never mind. Here. Perfect. Perfect occasion to pull it out. You should always pull it out. Always. Lower it to same size. We flip horizontally. Oh my god, that's awful. There we go. Perfect. You're right! Oh my god, you're right! Oh my god, you're right! Oh my god, you are so right! I don't know why I didn't realize. Staffik, genius! And I even take like the terribly edited one. Here we go. The extremely ugly one. That's so compressed. We're even gonna upscale it. It looks even worse. And obviously flip it horizontally. So it looks even worse. What do you think? This is perfect, I think. Incredible. Incredible. Okay. Let's go back to the game. There is no malice in Beach's expression. It was hard to believe that she was genuinely enjoying this cruel show. She wanted to share the appreciation with Battler. Battler was shocked by the hopelessly different sense of values. They're insane! Stop it already! Virginia, make them stop this insane farce! What should I do? We exist outside the board. We cannot touch the board itself. Virginia shook her head apologetically. Her body had already been killed. Did that mean she couldn't interfere in any way? As Beatrice continued to look amused in an insane sort of way, Battler lifted her up by the collar and yelled at her. Stop it, stop it, stop it! Quit messing around, witch! You're trying to tell me that's not Seba? That's impossible! Whoever I know might be a bit mean at times. It's completely impossible that she's the kind of person who would do something this cruel. This is all part of your deception. I'm tired of Rosa. Stop this fuss right now! I told you, I'm not the one playing with Rosa anymore. Like I said, this is a new Beatrice. Is it really so terrible that you have to squeal like that? You're also pretty fond of stuff like this, aren't you? You actually have just a bit of interest in magic. And... ouch. What? What are you doing? For the first time, Battler slapped Beetle's cheek. Oh my god! I can't believe he finally did it. Beatrice didn't know why he had done something like that to her, and a surprised expression rose to her face. Battler especially couldn't forget that expression, and he roared. Her face, not her ass. Oh, fuck, that's... oh, okay, that's bad. God damn it. Can't believe you do this, Battler. He looks pretty angry in this one. You call this amusing? What's wrong with your head? Die! Go slice your head to bits and look inside. You'll see that there's nothing there. Stop it right now. Stop this disgusting farce. I won't forgive you. Why did you do something so cruel? Sometimes thought you could be a bit funny, but I'll never make that mistake again. Just a monster who's cruel on all levels. Don't show yourself in front of me. Never again. I won't accept you. I won't talk with you. I don't even want to look at your face. Did you hear me? Don't show yourself in front of me. Disappear. The instant battler screamed. The power that resisted the witch became a red wall and knocked Beetle back onto her butt. He is turning into a witch! He genuinely is turning into a witch! Ow, ow, ow! What are you talking about? Isn't it an interesting show? He spoke defensively, but the target of those words, Battler, was no longer there. Its figure had suddenly disappeared into the darkness. But Beatrice looked displeased and continued trying to explore herself. This letter is completely blind to where they're coming from. This is nothing more than an innocent prank, isn't it? No matter how you kill them, they'll always be brought back to life in the end, right? Humans were creatures who say all's well that ends well. Hey, teacher! There is no reason for him to get so angry, right? He was hoping for approval. Virgilia simply faced her with an indifferent expression. Beat her, at that moment. Even an exasperated look would have probably been better. I have nothing in particular to say. If you think this is fun, you can keep watching as long as you want. Call me when it's over. I will vanish until then. Following Battler's lead, Virgilia vanished into the darkness. Beta was now completely isolated and didn't have a clue what was going on. Felt that we were making her out to be the bad guy. What's wrong? Isn't it an amusing show? It might be a bit vulgar, but it's quite interesting, isn't it? Hey, run away! There's nothing to get so mad about, right? Something interesting for you, milady. May not necessarily be interesting for Battler. Does he really hate me that much? Oh, certainly, we are enemies and opponents in this competition. But is our relationship really so bad that we can't laugh together at this display? As per usual. Ah, fuck, that's the wrong expression. Ah, I needed her crying. I needed her crying. God damn it. Ah, it's over. It's over. I fucked it. Since I uploaded together with Battler, I thought I could at least laugh together with him. Does he really reject me so much that he can't even do that? He doesn't have to accept that I'm a witch. We're challenging each other in this game after all. And yet he won't look at my face. He won't talk to me. Perfect. With the rain in the background too, that's amazing. Beatrice is genuinely in love with Battler. Beatrice is genuinely in love with him. She's trying to capture his heart, but she doesn't understand how to fall in love with humans. I probably do all I can to ignore me, and I really hate it that much. The moves you made up to this point have been more than enough to earn his hatred. Even a demon such as myself can understand a bit of Battler's feelings. Perhaps you can understand because you are especially thick-headed, milady. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Give me a second to drink a bit. Why don't you disappear too? Yes, certainly. Then if you would excuse me. Even Ron evaded himself to the darkness, and Beatrice was left alone. The only one in the rain in Rose Garden. No one ever plays with a lonely witch. And the fact that no one ever does is what makes them a lonely witch. What's going on? Why won't anyone play with me? Am I really that weird? That cruel? Someone answer me! Isn't this fun, Rosa? Isn't this fun? Hey, how should we play next? Of course we should play with Maya too, right? Let's all have a friendly walk together, okay? Let's swim in the pot of boiling chocolate. Let's have a picnic in the cake rising oven. Hey, new Beatrice! Behind the witch that was continuing a mad banquet, Bito showed herself. The expression was very rare for her. Was somewhat restrained, unreliable, miserable. Oh, it's a predecessor! Were you watching? The power of magic is truly wonderful! Until now, I never thought it'd be so fun to be reborn as a witch! It's like playtime that never ends! Come on, let's play together, predecessor! But first, wait a second, okay? I cooked the two of them to death in an oven, so I have to revive them again! I like bread rising from yeast! I like cookies exploding in an oven! Listen to what I'm saying. Well, isn't that enough for the sacrifice of the second twilight? Of course, there are no rules regarding how you kill them, but, maybe you shouldn't talk with them any more than that. What are you saying, Predecessor? From another a short while ago. Wasn't your magic much more wonderful and crazy? The Halloween party where candy poured out of 6 people's stomachs was surely wonderful. So maybe I'll act out at least this tea party. I'll invite everyone to the party in celebration of a completely pointless day. Let's entertain them one by one with my magic. I wonder if I can do it as wonderfully as you. I wonder if I can be cruel in my own pop cute style. Now that I think about it, those fairy tales are cruel, aren't they? Well, I'm a witch inside one of those fairy tales. I finally understand. I have also, sometimes thought that in the past, I might have gone a little too far. Well, I think that as the Golden Witch, it's probably best to show little elegance. I don't get what you're saying, Predecessor. There was one thing I don't understand. No matter what I try now, I'm no match for how cruel you are. I've got to try much harder. I've got to become more cruel and become an excellent Golden Witch. Like I said, you've already done enough here. Anyway, this is an order from me as a predecessor. That's enough for the second twilight. I'll show you how it's done. Stand back and watch. Yes, predecessor. Can't wait to see what brutal, cruel and disgusting method of killing you use. The new witch grasped the sides of her skirt and gave a graceful bow. Taking back, an expectant gaze rose to her face. She was expecting an even more cruel magic that surpassed even herself. Well, speaking of that, you won't be half a witch if you can only kill with methods like that. I shall show you an elegant way to kill, worthy of the Golden Witch. When Bito waved her pipe, 7 columns of smoke poured out, enveloping Goruz and Maya. Compared to those the new Beatrice had done it a short while ago, it was slightly gentler. Probably gentler than old Bito had done it herself up until now. Riza's conscience had already grown dim from the pain of so many repeated deaths. But even so, she pleaded that her daughter be spared. Please, have mercy. Even if it's just Maya, have mercy. Sorry, my disciple just acted without restraint for a bit. Forgive me. Beatrice! And Mary realized that it was a real Beatrice. She jumped on her. You promised, right, Bito? You promised you'd take me to the Golden Land. Where I'll be friendly with Mama, and everyone will laugh together. You promised you'd take me there, right? About that, I can no longer keep that promise. Because someone appeared who could solve the riddle. I am no longer the Golden Witch, Beatrice. Sorry, I can no longer keep my promise with you. Why? Why? You promised! I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry. So at least, an apology for not being able to keep my promise. I'll give you a quiet sleep that will never be disturbed again. Bito embraced Maria with a loving expression on her face. Then, softly, a red bruise appeared on Maya's neck. It was a very gentle bruise. Like Yeah, it's like Genji did. It was a rose. His redness grew bit by bit, when distinctly formed itself into the shape of a hand. Maya's neck tilted suddenly, peacefully, as though she had fallen asleep. Maria! Maria! Sorry, I won't apologize to you that you were sacrifices for the second twilight. That is simply your fate. However, I must apologize for the vulgar way in which you were offered the sacrifices. This is your final sleep. Never again will it be disturbed. Vito softly, gently, lifted a finger, after touching the empty air in front of her nose. When she did, the light breeze lifted up, making Rosa's body dance lightly, like a feather. Then, Rosa's body floated softly, and right there was a garden fence with spear-shaped prongs. What? The fuck? The spear of the fence pierced Rosa's medulla oblongata, but evidently, battering her in a single blow, Rosa's life was snapped out. Compared to the earlier, yet innocent yet cruel events, it seemed to be over much too fast. Well, something like that should do the trick. Vito acted proud, but the new witch wore a blank expression, almost as though this was an anticlimax. Then she said it out loud. Not a plane? Not at all like the predecessor Runove told me about. Well, you must use magic with dignity, right? If it's too, undignified, that isn't very elegant. Even though you're lucky enough to use the magic to do wonderful things endlessly. Not boring. Hey, don't complain. The path of the Golden Witch cannot be completed in a day. You're still incomplete until you finish the 10th twilight. But now stay quiet and follow my instructions. Got it? What happened to your answer? Your answer? Sure. Very well, then we'll do. Well, there is still much to do for the resurrection ceremony. You still have to kill 5 people. You should do it without toying with them too much, with beauty and dignity. And with at least a little restraint, okay? When Rene told you about how I did it, that was a bad example. You mustn't use that as a model. Engrave that into your heart. Yes, predecessor. A good answer. Runove, the 7 stakes of purgatory. Arise! Yes, my lady. I Runove am here. Lucifer pride right here. Until this point, I've been a little flashy, but, well, the dignity of the Golden Witch is also important. And about that. As Runove laughed at Vito's uncharacteristically flustered speech, he summed it up for her. Certainly. From now on, we will be careful to act in a graceful manner suitable for the name of the Golden Witch. Even the 7 Sisters of Purgatory will reform their bad behavior up until now, and we shall espouse to perform our task in the quickest possible manner. Would that be acceptable, lady? Indeed, that's it, more or less. Everyone, take it to heart. Okay? Yes, certainly. That is all I wish to say. You may leave now. Certainly. If you would excuse me. I love Runove. I really love him. He's great. Like, for a demon, right? Who's completely separate from humans. He is great. He's a great guy. I mean, his morality is down in the gutters because, you know, he's evil. By nature, but still. Excuse us? Well, that's all I want to say. So take care as you move forward. Understand? Lucifer is odd. I mean, they're all designed to be odd. Right? Have you forgotten? They're all designed to be odd. Which one is Lucifer? This is Belphegor. Lucifer is her. Yeah, she looks cool. Yeah, she's among the better looking ones. Those green boots, though, are absolutely awful. I gotta say it. I gotta point it out. Green boots. Absolutely horrid. Disgusting boots. The fact that it's like very much more space below means there's gonna be more Beatrices coming down. Khaki is a color, it's so fucking bad. It is. The only reason you would use khaki is like army pants, right? In order to look like grass and shit, so you stay hidden. That's the only reason why khaki exists and why you would use it. Which does the job! That it does the job well. But you don't use it as a fashion statement. It's the worst fucking color. Take care as you move forward, understand? Act with dignity and restrain, okay? Give it your all. I'll be watching over you. Acting awkwardly up until the very end, Vito left that message and immediately became a cloud of gold butterflies, adding her former though empty air. Maybe it'd be more accurate to say she vanished in a hurry, because she couldn't keep up the conversation. After that, all that remained was Maria's corpse, lying down and taunted by the rain. It was a corpse, corrupted by the faint and staring up at the sky, in the figure of the witch. Show some restraint, you say? Her expression looked just a little bored. There was a popping sound. That was probably your clicking her tongue. What a boring person! Leaving the lessons behind, she once again vanished into empty air. I think we finished a chapter. It's getting late. I think I'm gonna stop here for now. Right? Poor Rosa. Poor Maria. But this is when we stop. God, it's been so long since I first started reading. I read for like 6 hours at first. 5 hours. God damn. But yeah, let's stop here for today. Thank you everyone for coming. It was a fun stream. Very enjoyable. I love Umineko. Umineko's cool. I'll see you guys next time, which is in about 30 years. Bye bye everyone!